Hi, my name's Steve and welcome to the Seaside Allotment channel, and today is the time to take action if you want to get some seed potatoes to sow in July and August to harvest in autumn through to early spring. And you know, all of the seed companies now I've got seed potatoes ready for order. I ordered mine yesterday, which is why I'm making the video today. And yeah, time to take action. We absolutely love to have new potatoes all year round, freshly dug, and I'll just quickly talk about the way we do that. So basically our potato sowing season, planting season, starts really at the beginning of January. We'll have been chitting our new potatoes for a few weeks before then, and so they'll be ready for planting. We plant them in reasonably small, sort of 25 litre I think, containers, and we stick them underneath this desk in the conservatory, and we leave them there generally for about 10 days. By then they've broken surface, and I just pop them here in the conservatory for probably another 10 days, something like that. So that's about 20 days. By then we're in February. We then take those to the allotment and stick them in the polytunnel, and obviously we protect them with fleece overnight if there's any risk of frost. Often a double layer of fleece as well comes in pretty handy. All through that time, of course, though, from January, well, not from January, from earlier than that, probably from about November, all the way through until the middle of April really, we're harvesting the potatoes from compost that we planted in July and August. They still have that amazing fresh new potato, freshly dug taste, and they're the ones you should be buying now. So as I said, it's time to act. In April, normally about the middle of April, we run out of those potatoes, and that's when we start harvesting the potatoes that we started planting in January. And generally with the early potatoes, what we do is we do them every 2 weeks roughly. So we put 2 containers under this desk every 2 weeks, then move them here, then move them to the polytunnel. The whole sort of cycle starts again, and we accumulate about probably 8 to 10 tubs in the polytunnel, and then by about the middle of May, early May time, those potatoes are all starting to come ready. We then just move those outside. It doesn't matter if they get a frost by that time. We just need the polytunnel space for other things, but they're mature. They just sit in those containers then, and we'll be finishing those potatoes in about, how many have we got, for 4 weeks time. And then we switch to the potatoes that we started in here underneath this desk, but then moved outside. So basically, since from the time they broke surface, they've always been outside, and they're looking pretty good. So I'll quickly show you those. So the big plants at the front, there's a double row of those, are the second earlies. These are in the 25 litre containers, and then in the 35 litre containers at the back they're the Sarpamira main crops. These tubs at the ends, they're almost ready. As I said, 2 to 3 weeks and they'll be ready, and then the ones in the centre will be ready, and then gradually these ones down here. But by July, August time, all of these will have been harvested, and so all of these containers are then ready for reconditioning and replanting with the new seed potatoes that I just bought. And then by kind of October, November time, those will all be finished, and then there'll just be a tarp laid over these just so they don't get too soggy and wet over winter, and just gradually harvested, you know, 1 tub a week until we've got new potatoes in April again. I'll just quickly show you my other potatoes. So These are King Edward's main crop, and then down here we've got a few more. We've actually reduced the number of potatoes that we grow this year. We're not eating quite as many. These are Vivaldi, and then in that corner some more Vivaldi. I like these containers though in winter, because they do get pretty heavy when there's a lot of rain. These big sort of 35 and 55 litre containers, and I'm getting older, so little 25 litre ones are a lot easier to throw around and harvest from when they're very wet. So the only thing to be aware of though is that there is an increased risk of late blight with these late potatoes, and you have to be prepared to take that risk. What I find is that almost always my potatoes do get blight, but it's in kind of October time, and by then there's been plenty of time for them to grow, and so although you just have to pull the tops off, the potatoes in the compost are just fine and unaffected, albeit maybe a little bit smaller than they would have been. So in order to protect against that, you could move them into a polytunnel or something like that earlier on, but I just don't have space in my polytunnel, so I just have to leave them outside to take a risk, and generally speaking it's always been worthwhile. So I hope you like this quick video. My name's Steve, this is the Seaside Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.